Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one for you. So guys, we're going to jump back into this Single Mothers by Choice series. And last we left off with this knucklehead right here, she was giving her whole story about why she decided to become a single mom by choice and blah, blah, blah. Guys, I'm going to leave the link to my first two videos in the comments section and in the description so you can check that out. But yeah, guys, this is the epitome of modern woman and delusion. All right. I said this in the previous video. Any woman that would become a single mother by choice, that would literally go and get inseminated and have a bastard child by choice, is delusional, selfish, narcissistic, and is raising the future carjacker of America. So we're going to continue on with this woman's story, guys. But before we do, please remember to like, subscribe, drop a comment. It really helps to keep this channel going, and hit that notification bell. So guys, let's just jump straight into this.
Hi there, my name is Michelle, and this channel is about my path to becoming a single mother by choice. Today I want to talk about how I picked my sperm donor. It took me over a year to really figure out what I was looking for and what would make me feel comfortable in a donor. I went from first looking at the sperm banks to then asking an ex-boyfriend to considering asking a friend, and then I went back to the sperm banks, which ultimately I feel the most comfortable with. So
Thank God that ex-boyfriend was smart enough to say no, and whoever that friend was, some beta male orbiter, oh my gosh, dude, imagine how bad that could have gone if those two knuckleheads would have actually said yes. So guys, that's what she means by saying that she decided to go back to the sperm bank, because those two dudes are like, I don't think so. Oh man.
So now that I've been around the block, I feel really confident in my choice of donor. But at first, it really was extremely intimidating and overwhelming. You know, it's a big responsibility picking the other half of your child's genetic material very consciously, because as a parent, you want to set your child up for a successful life. So
and she's saying that as she's gonna be a single mom. Guys, let's hear that again. Let's hear that again, okay? Hold on.
Your child up for a successful life.
Please.
So looking through these donor profiles can be a bit overwhelming, but I do feel like I figured out what is most important to me, and I'm going to share that in this video. First, I want to start by saying that when you're ready to look for a donor and you start looking at the big sperm banks online, most of them won't show you the full donor profile unless you sign up and pay money. But I want to tell you a little secret, and that's there are promo codes out there on the internet to get you into these sites to give you full access to the profiles for free. All you have to do is some digging,
This is what it's come down to, is promo codes for getting sperm. That's how pathetic these modern women are. Man, oh man.
internet research. You might have to get a little creative, spend a little time on it, but it will save you hundreds of dollars. So I highly recommend finding the promo codes for the sperm banks when you're ready to look at donor profiles. Save yourself some money. Okay, so let's start with my overall philosophy and big picture when looking at a sperm donor. Ultimately, I knew I wanted someone who I would feel proud to tell my kid about, because I plan on being super open with my child from day one that they are donor conceived. I want to be able to share all of my donor's details with my child.
Imagine telling your child that they're donor conceived. All the other kids are like, my daddy's a fireman. My daddy's an astronaut. Oh, I'm donor conceived. And she's acting like she's going to get to know, like, oh, well, I'm going to know who this donor is. You don't know who this donor is as a person, and hopefully she'll never meet him. Because, guys, there have been cases of people donating sperm anonymously, then all of their kids coming back to find them years later.
The photos, the essay, the audio interview, all the things. When and if my child is interested in learning more about the donor, I'll be able to share all these wonderful details about him and all his positive qualities. And I think that will really benefit my child. And hopefully my child will be able to, see some of those positive traits in themselves. And I think that would be really special for them to know those things and be proud of them.
You can tell she wants a son because she almost said him. She said them, but she said him. So she wants a son. And that's sad that this woman's going to try and raise a son if she has a son.
Something that I found super helpful when looking at these online sperm banks was limiting my choices, limiting my options, because there's so many. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of profiles to look through, and I think that was really contributing to my sense of overwhelm. So on all the sites, you're able to filter by certain search criteria, and I had two main filters. One is that I am CMV negative. CMV is a virus that they test you for when you're wanting to use donor sperm. And if you're CMV positive, that means you have CMV antibodies, and so you can pick any donor you want. If you're CMV negative like me, that means I've never been exposed to this virus, so there's a slight risk that if my child is exposed to the virus while I'm pregnant, that there could be some adverse outcomes, developmental delays, things like that for the baby. If you're CMV negative, you don't have to choose a negative donor. The physician and sperm banks will let you choose positive, but they'll make you sign a waiver and give you this huge scary speech on it. So I just decided to stick with CMV negative donors, and it was great because it limited my options.
Guys, CVM is cytomegalovirus is what it's called. Huh, interesting. I've never even heard of this. But it's funny that if she would have put this much work in actually becoming a feminine woman that could be the wife to a guy that she respects, right? Maybe taking some wife school courses, some femininity classes, learn how to put a hot dog on a plate. She probably wouldn't have to be going through this right now.
For example, on one site, it limited my search from 150 donors to 25. I really liked that because otherwise it was just too much for me. The other criteria that I filtered for in my search was availability of the vial type that I'm looking for. So I'm having IUIs, so I was looking for IUI vials in stock. I didn't want to see any donors that may or may not have inventory coming on later. Next, I want to get into what I was actually looking for.
An IUI, guys, is when they're inseminated. So, this is not like an IVF where they have to do the test tube thing. This is just they basically get a turkey baster and up it goes.
In a donor. One of the most important things for me was that my donor is an open ID donor or an ID disclosure. They're called different things on different sites, but essentially I was looking for a donor who agreed to release their identifying information to my child when my child turns 18. If my
Boom, there you go. Right there, guys. I told you. Why, guys? And put in the comments if you have ever donated sperm, because I never would, ever. Why would anyone want to donate sperm and then have all these bastard children come and find them later on? And why would someone agree to have... Imagine this, guys. You are living your life and you're probably just chilling. Or you might be married, you might be divorced, you might... whatever. And then... all of a sudden, a bunch of 18-year-olds come knocking on your door. Well, that could totally screw your whole life up. Guys, don't do this. Please don't.
My kid chooses, its donors agreed to at least one communication back and forth.
Come on.
I really like that. I want to give my child the option to meet their donor and ask them questions or send them an email or whatever it is in case they're curious. Next, I looked for a clean family health history. Now, no one's going to have a perfect medical history in their family, but I was looking for big red flags. Another thing on my list, and this is really a big deal to me, is intelligence. So the donor I chose has a bachelor's degree in molecular biology, is currently in medical school, has amazing SAT scores, super high GPA. I also wanted to get a feel for my donor's overall personality, and The best way to do this, I found, is to read their donor essay or their, written responses to questions.
So she thinks that reading an essay that a guy wrote who probably went, did his business in a cup to get $50 for cash. Somehow that is better. You get to learn more about a person than going out on a date, putting yourself out there, doing the work that you need to do to be a good woman, meeting a guy, going through a courtship, getting married, and having kids. It's clown world, guys.
And also listen to an audio interview if that's available. So my donor describes himself as goal-oriented, driven, energetic, optimistic. He is passionate about helping people and he loves self-improvement. He just seems like a really all-around good guy, well-rounded, thoughtful, personable, kind. As I was listening to his interview,
and she's probably met guys like this in her personal life, guys, but I'm telling you, there's something about this woman. Either she's insufferable, either she's annoying, either she's selfish or narcissistic, or there's a reason why all the good guys weren't trying to be with her, because she's not an ugly woman. You know what I'm saying? So
and reading his responses, I really related to a lot of what he was saying. So I do think we have some similarities, but I also think that he brings a lot to the table that is complementary to what I bring. For example, he's really into physical fitness and loves CrossFit and working out at the gym, and I wish I liked those things. So yeah.
Wait. All right, guys, let's come on. Okay. She's saying that he brings a lot to the table that she feels complements what she, because he likes to work out and do all these things that she hates to do. Guys, square that circle, man.
I wasn't just looking for someone exactly like me. I was looking for someone who could, round out the genetics a little more.
Knucklehead.
Okay, and the last thing I found really helpful was reading the staff impressions. So the staff will, write like a paragraph on their perspective of the donor, and I like this. It's nice to know how other people perceive the donor. So a couple of criteria that I thought would be important to me, they were at the beginning of my journey a year and a half ago, but they turn out to be not so important to me now, are photos and ethnicity. Most sperm banks will only show baby photos. There is one called Zytex that does show adult photos, and I think that is really neat. But at the end of the day, I was just looking more for personality and intelligence and health. Of course, I looked at the baby pictures of all the donors, and most of them are cute, right? Babies are cute. They just weren't a big deciding factor in my choice. And then the ethnicity piece I think is kind of interesting. A lot of women in the single mother right choice community choose donors who look just like them, which I think makes a lot of sense because the logic behind that is, you want your baby to blend in with you and the rest of your family, and it's just kind of easier that way, and you don't have to field any questions about, you don't look like your mom, where's your dad? And then deal with that conversation.
That's going to happen to you anyway. So they're going to ask you, hey, where's your dad? and the little one's going to have to make up some story like, the stork brought me, or my mother got pregnant like Mary in the Bible. She's going to have to tell her little kid some crazy cockamamie story, man. It's crazy.
I get it. I understand that line of thinking, and I thought the same way at first. But this time around, like I've said all throughout this video, I was more interested in the internal qualities and traits and not the external. So I did end up choosing a donor that doesn't share my exact same ethnicity, and it's not a big deal to me, and I think it's actually really awesome. Overall, I was just looking for the donor I personally felt the most drawn to. So I ended up buying 3 vials for up to 3 rounds of IUI.
I wonder if it was buy 2, get 1 free. With the promo code NUTTERBUTTER. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh man.
And I really, really hope it works because I am obsessed with this sperm donor. And if it works, I'm totally going to buy more sperm.
Guys, let me know in the comments what you think would happen if she accidentally ran into this guy. Like, do you think that if let's just say she knew all this about this guy and then they were to go, oh, you know what? Do you want to meet him, go out on a date with him? What do you think would happen if they went out on a date?
For a future sibling. But you know what? If it doesn't work, then I'll take it all in stride and pick someone else. Like, I just think that that's part of this process, is taking it one step at a time. And by the way, this process of picking a donor for your precious baby is so personal and unique to each one of us who is going down this road. Like, whatever you decide to do, just trust it. The most important thing is finding a good fit for you. Whatever your criteria is, whatever your process is like, just own it. All right, I believe I covered it all. If I missed something, let me know. Ask me any question you have. I look forward to posting more videos. I hope you...
Oh, and guys, we are going to go over every single one because we're going to see how this knucklehead's journey keeps going. So, guys, let me know what you think. Isn't this the saddest thing that you've ever seen? Okay? And, guys, what do you think, really? What do you think? Put it in the comments. What do you think is wrong with this woman? Like, what do you think is the reason why she's like 36 and gotten to the point where she has to go get knocked up in a doctor's office and actually find a guy, you know what I mean, get married, have a relationship, you know what I'm saying, and have kids the regular way. So I just want to know what you guys say. All right, you guys, it's AJ. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe. I'm out of here.